Hey, what is going on, YouTube? It is your boy Tropical back at it again for a brand new video. What's going on? Why am I uploading this much? I don't even get it myself, but I'm having fun right now. So we'll keep on rolling and see what happens. So yeah, leave a like for more. Leave a like for more and subscribe. Hey, that's yes, okay. So today we're here to talk about the Habs again. You already know. I'm gonna talk about the Habs, bro. Favorite team, best team in the NHL. We're getting into a window where we can compete. It is going to be a lot of fun following. Let's go. So today we're here to talk about the Montreal Canadiens, like I said, and we're gonna talk about trade targets that the Habs could or will have over in the next couple of days. Free agency hits on July 1st. Do I think that the Canadiens are going to make a move on free agency? Possible. I'm going to make a video tomorrow talking about this. So if you don't want to miss that, subscribe, turn on post notifications. We're going to be talking about Habs and free agency tomorrow. Today we're here to talk about possible trades. Well, a lot of rumors were going around on draft nights talking about a couple of players. Jordan Kyrou, for example. Apparently, the Montreal Canadiens were talking to the Blues about Jordan Kyrou, which is really interesting. I don't see why the St. Louis Blues would want to trade Jordan Kyrou because, my God, this guy's good. This guy's good. I've always been a fan of Jordan Kyrou and his sister, but I've always been a fan of Jordan Kyrou since he was a junior, I think. And his draft year was like, how is this possible? Why is this guy getting drafted in the second round? I was amazed. Like, I've always been really, really high on Jordan Kyrou. Really skilled player. Really great offensively. I remember when he was playing in the World Juniors in 2018. I think he got like 12 points in 7 games. I was like, yo, this guy is good. And he ended up getting drafted in the second round. I was like, that's crazy. I know he was a bit of a late bloomer in the OHL, and the St. Louis Blues kind of got lucky. They saw the potential in him, and it translated in the NHL. I get that, okay? Bro is 27 years old. He's still young, pretty young. He's not old. He's getting in his prime. And having him in Montreal would be great. Problem is, I don't think he plays center. I think he's more of a winger, right-hand shot. We have a lot of right-handed players on that top six. I mean, Caulfield, Suzuki. We have Patrick Laine. Kirby Dach is also right-handed. I think Alex Newhook is also right-handed. So we have a lot of right-handed forwards. And sometimes when you have three right-handed players on the same line, it's kind of like, whoa. I know Slavkovsky, Demidov, these guys are left-handed, so could still work. But I don't get the fit. I don't quite get the fit. I would be hyped because, like I said, I've always been a fan of Jordan Kyrou, and he's a 70 to 80 point player. He can score 35 to 40 goals, which is really good, and he plays intense. So getting a guy like him to play with Demidov on that second line, and you make a line, if you, let's say you don't find any centermen and you have to play Kirby Dach on that second line, it wouldn't be dramatic if the wingers are Demidov and Jordan Kyrou. It would kind of be a nasty line as well. I think that Kirby Dach still has potential, even though he got unlucky with knee injuries. If he's played with offensive players, he's going to get points, and he's going to be good. So if, let's say, you don't find any trades or any targets for a second line center, I would be okay with the Habs playing Dach on that second line with a winger like Jordan Kyrou on one side and a winger like Ivan Demidov on the other. It would work. In my opinion, it would work. So, yeah, but I don't get why the Blues would trade Jordan Kyrou. I mean, they're getting into a window when they could start to become good again. And you don't trade a 27-year-old, 70-point player, 35 to 40 goal, getting in his prime to the Canadiens. It wouldn't make sense. And I don't see them getting after assets and after draft picks. Because, like I said, they're trying to get great again, to get good again. So I don't see the fit. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that the Blues would want an active player, and I don't think the Habs are ready to do that. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to follow. I know they've still been talking after the draft as well. So there's still a lot of rumors surrounding Jordan Kyrou. But like I said, I would be a fan. Depending on the price, I would be a fan. If you can't find a center, Jordan Kyrou with Kirby Dog and Demidov, pretty nasty. Pretty nasty. And we've seen rumors about a certain center as well coming from New York. And you know Jeff Gorton has beef with the New York Rangers, which is weird. Like, come on, grow up. So it makes it difficult for the Rangers and the Habs to make a trade because Gorton has beef with the Rangers apparently. So, but yeah, the Habs have been talking to the Rangers for centerman Vincent Trocheck, which would be a perfect fit in my opinion. Trocheck is going to turn 32 in the next week, I think. And at 32 years old, he still had a lot of years, like 4 to 5 years of great hockey in him, in my opinion. And he's always been an underrated player, Vincent Trocheck. We never talk about him a lot, but he has multiple 75-point-plus seasons. He has 3. One in Florida, one in Carolina, and one in New York. That's crazy. And we never talk about this guy, and he's responsible as well. He's great defensively. He's great on both sides of the ice. Last year with the poor, struggling Rangers team, he had 60 points, 26 goals, and he was a 0. Plus minus of 0. And the Rangers were struggling. So, really, really good season. With a good team, that's equivalent to a 70-point season. 65 points, 70 point. So, yeah, this could be a perfect fit as a second-line center, playing with Demidov. He could let Demidov do whatever he wants on the wing. And it would be a perfect fit, depending on the price. Like I said, I don't think the price would be that heavy. In my opinion, I don't think the price would be that heavy. And we've seen on Twitter, a lot of people said that there were talks between the Rangers and the Canadiens about Trocheck. So he's a player that the Habs could target over the next weeks, depending on what happens on free agency and depending on what happens on other trades that they're working on. I know the Habs are working on a lot of things right now. They're working on a lot of things. So most likely, we're going to get either a free agency signing or a trade in the next week or two. That's my opinion. I think that there's going to be a trade coming. We have a lot of prospects that are not going to be able to play. Look, on the right side of defense now, we have Dobson, Carrier. So what's happening? We have Reinbacher and Mailloux. There's not going to be a place for the both of them. And I don't think they're trading Reinbacher, depending on the return, of course. So I think Mailloux could be on the move for a forward. So it's going to be interesting following. But Vincent Trocheck definitely is a good fit. And he definitely is a player that the Montreal Canadiens would be taking a look at over the next couple of weeks. So it's going to be interesting. Another situation that I wanted to look at was the Jason Robertson situation. He's going to be an RFA. Sorry, not a UFA, an RFA. And apparently the Dallas Stars don't want to sign him. I mean, the guy was pretty good. He's big. He's strong. He scores goals. It would be kind of nasty to have on the team. I'm not going to lie. Jason Robertson is pretty interesting. And I don't know if he wants to play in Montreal. I don't know if he wants to play in Canada. He's an American-born player. I think he's half Canadian or something like that. I have no clue. He's half American, half Canadian. I think it's a family like that. Like they're half and half. I think one of the brothers was born in Canada and the other in the States or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, Jason Robertson, really good player. I think he's definitely leaving the Dallas Stars. And the Dallas Stars, they want to make a boom on free agency. So they want to free up cap space. So they want to get assets for the future to make trades or to develop them. So I think that the Stars could be interested in getting picks and prospects. So it could work well. And it could be a great trade partner for the Montreal Canadiens. Like I said, I don't know if Jason Robertson wants to sign here in Montreal because he doesn't have a contract anymore. But I think that this is a situation where Kent Hughes and the Habs could take a look at. I think they're going to call the Stars and be like, what's going on with Jason Robertson? What's going on? Is he interested in coming here? What's the price? I think the Habs are 100% going to do that. And if Jason Robertson is open to come to Montreal and sign a contract over here, and if the asking price is good, I think he could be an option. Just like Jordan Kyrou. If we don't find a centerman, getting a winger to play with Doc, and you make a second line composed of, let's say, Kyrou or Robertson with Doc and Demidov, it's a pretty decent second line. And like I said, playing Doc with offensive players is going to be helping him a lot. Yeah, I think he still has that potential. Even though he got unlucky with injury, he got that wrist injury in the World Juniors back in the days. 2 knee injuries. 2 surgeries on the knees as well. So, but I think he still has potential. Kirby Dach could also be used as trade bait to get the player. That's still possible. But it's unlikely because I think that his value is not really high right now, judging the circumstances. So, yes, 3 trade targets that are interesting. Trocheck, Kyrou, Robertson. And there's still probably a lot more options. The Habs are probably talking with practically all the teams in the NHL. And there are certainly names that are out there and that are talked about by the Habs that we haven't heard about. We haven't heard about anything. And it's going to be interesting to follow. So, yes. So, we're going to talk about free agency tomorrow. Probably a lot more rumors coming over the next couple of days, week. So subscribe if you want to be updated with that. It's been your boy Tropical. Subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment, share, turn on post notifications. Go watch my song on the channel on Noah Dobson. Music video as well. Pretty weird, but pretty interesting. So yes, it's been your boy Tropical. Have a nice rest of your day and bye bye.